these aren't Vulcans. There are Klingons in the White House. But unlike...
It's episode 106.
This week on The Big Show, Wolf Blitzer, Katie Couric, and Edward Norton, all in my dreams. Mike Dunn is not our oldest fan. Anna, that's me, hates everything. And help us decide, Harold, Kumar, or Anakin?
It's time for the show.
This show is made possible with support from 3x3 Club, a new game that takes ordinary postcards and turns them into a month-long adventure. Use the coupon code DPP to save 50% off a 1-month subscription. Go to 3x3club.com and let the games begin.
Here are your hosts, Jason and Anna.
Hey everybody, it's the Delta Park Project, The Big Show. I'm Jason.
And I'm Anna.
And this is episode 106, coming to you from Studio C, a.k.a. The Pink Room.
The Pink Room.
Or Nut Meat, as it was on the color card.
Yeah. We painted our dining room, and we did it the wrong way.
Let's just say we bought 3 gallons of nut meat. So if you're in the market, maybe you're doing a powder room or something.
And you need 3 gallons of pinkish looking paint when the sun hits it.
Yeah.
We have it.
So there's a reason that we painted the pink room.
Well, we didn't paint it pink for a reason.
The reason we're in Studio C, I guess, is because Studio A is no more.
Right. Studio A is going to become our guest bedroom because our guest bedroom is going to become...
Can you believe it?
The nursery.
The nursery.
Yep.
If you are, of course, everyone who's in the fan club or on the Twitter or reads our blogs already knows, but we are having a child. Anna is great with child.
Aren't I?
Yes.
I'm 11 weeks along.
Yes, congratulations.
And the nausea is subsiding. Oh, thank God. Although I still got sick after 5 minutes in the grocery store yesterday.
You've only puked 3 times, though.
I know. And 2 of those times it's been salad. So.
A lot of people have an aversion to salad.
Evidently.
I don't know.
Salad.
So this has been this is our latest Delta Park project. The baby.
The child.
And it's actually been a year and a half in the making.
Oh, are we going to tell that story?
Oh, yeah. It's the first thing. Shock and awe to Walgreens, because we need to tell the Walgreens story.
Yeah.
And so I was going to say, because it's the whole reason that you got a personal trainer.
Right.
It's the whole shock and awe was going to be fun, and now it's backfired on us.
We were hoping to have a child at the same time Jason's sister had a child. That was the plan. And lo and behold, she was successful and we were not. And Anna had to lose a little weight.
Yes.
Because I had gained a whole bunch real quickly. So that's why I got a trainer.
So
and lost
40
weight.
pounds later, we tried again. And I don't want to pat myself on the back. But
anyway,
okay, I won't.
So the way we found out was we were in Montana for Christmas. Mm-hmm. And I had been sick with the flu. The week before, and I thought it was still lingering, and so didn't even realize that I might be pregnant. Anyway, So we suddenly realized, oh hey,
she didn't use the word hey, but
oh my gosh, we might have actually gotten pregnant. So we go to Walgreens in Kalispell, which is kind of a dumb idea because Kalispell is a small town. So we're standing. You tell the story so much better than me.
Okay. So we go to Walgreens, and which is, she says, a small town, so everyone knows everyone everywhere. So we go in. It's late at night. It was pretty late, and where they put the pregnancy tests it's sort of like the before and after section in that aisle, because there's a big giant thing of pregnancy tests right next to a wall of condoms. Yeah. So you can kind of decide before or after. And so we're standing there and we're contemplating, and we'll tell you some do's and don'ts on pregnancy tests in a minute, but which one are we going to get? How much are we going to spend? Blah, blah, blah. And up from our right comes Tom Hines, who we used to
be our boss.
He used to be our boss.
Worked at the movie theaters.
Listens to the show. Hi, Tom. And he's like, it's the Delta Park Project. And of course, we're standing in front of pregnancy tests and condoms.
And we're like,
oh. And he didn't realize it right away. And so we're like, hi. Oh, and I'm like, oh crap, what do I do? So I'm like, well, I'm going to go with the condoms. So I have this like offhand remark like, oh, well, we're going to a party tonight, so we're trying to pick something. And he's like, oh, hey, yeah, good to see you. And
he disappeared.
He turns around and he runs away. And we felt so bad because, obviously that's an embarrassing moment. And so we wanted to get that out in the open so that next time we see you, Tom, we have something funny to talk about.
Yeah, we're not uncomfortable with it.
Yeah.
We were actually just buying a test and couldn't tell you that because, boy, that would have gotten around fast.
Yeah. We didn't tell anybody until last week. So we didn't want anyone to know. So
we were hoping not to tell until the birth. But.
So we got the EPT test.
Yeah.
And this thing is supposed to be, negative sign if it's negative or a plus sign if it's positive. Well, we got the up and down of the plus, but not the full
horizontal,
plus.
right.
Not even the negative, so we didn't know. So then we had to go back.
And buy a digital one. Yeah.
The Clear Blue Easy.
Right. That was much better. So for a whole day, we're like, I don't know.
Think so, but we don't know.
All right. So
that's shotgun auto Walgreens.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to talk about. We can skip the next part. But when we sent out an email to the fan club, we mentioned that we might be having not as much of a regular show schedule. Actually, we're trying to do every 2 weeks now, and
basically because Anna can't stay up later than 8:00 at night. I'm out cold.
And after we have a kid in the house, we just kind of want to get you guys ready for that. And as another part of that, we may actually ask you guys to do more legwork on movie reviews and stuff, since we're probably going to less movies.
We're going to be doing some Netflixing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So the other part was we wanted pop culture baby names, and we actually got some pretty good ones, I think. I'm taking the last ones as my own from Brent.
Yeah.
So Carly said, a la Tomcat, the baby should be Jana. So we combine our names, Jason and
Anna.
Yeah.
Right. And Rebecca said it should be Banana, in the vein of Gwyneth Paltrow.
With Apple. And the other Rebecca says, a la Lost, it should be, if it's a boy, it should be Desmond. And if it's a girl, it should be Penny. And Brett Love from TV Squad, who works with Anna, thinks if we have twins, it should be Harold and Kumar.
Which we think is very funny. Harold and Kumar, dinner's ready!
And then Brent, who used to live down the road in, I think, Salem or Eugene, says Starbuck for a girl and Anakin for a boy. I'm up for Anakin for a middle name.
Jason's on for Anakin, and I'm not. And I believe I have veto power, so don't worry about that, folks.
But no one uses their middle name.
I know.
Anakin would be cool.
Jason's already lobbying for a strange middle name, so we'll just keep you posted on that.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. We do have some movies.
Enough of that. We're not a baby podcast. We're a pop culture podcast.
We're not a baby podcast blog crap.
Yeah.
Yet. Okay.
Until our minds become warped from no sleep.
So let's talk about this film is not yet rated.
Yeah.
I was hoping this was going to be a good movie. It looked really good, and the premise is good. It's just the execution wasn't very good. And it's a documentary, sort of, about how movies are rated in Hollywood and how the people who rate them are unknown. And so they're supposed to just be parents. And so this whole show or whole movie about trying to find out who they are and what their beliefs are, and then how actually movies get rated, and why one movie is one way and another is another way. And basically it boils down to Americans hate sex, and anything with actual real sex is bad, but like simulated or fake sex is fine, and also anything that might be remotely homosexual is bad. And then you come to find out later in the movie that there's a priest on on one of the panels, and then all the I guess on the if you appeal your rating, and then it's got all these people that own movie theaters and stuff. So it was interesting. It kind of, I think that they're a good guide to get you going, but I don't think that they're the end all be all for what a movie should be. But
and I thought the movie itself was too long, and I was just really annoyed because it seemed like this guy was just being whiny and making a movie because he wanted to, because he was a brat And I don't know. I just felt like, wow, that was so not worth making a movie about. You could have done an hour-long thing on 48 Hours or something about this, but
half hour or
yeah,
less. I mean,
this is
the
not
amount of
worth,
information.
It's not worth a movie. I'm
is
sorry.
what I
This
just
guy's
told you, so.
sore. He's just grumpy and whiny, and it's very inside baseball. And I was just like, wow, I don't care. And they're talking about ratings that movies got, and I kept going, well, yeah, that makes sense that that's a rated R and that's not, but whatever. So I don't know.
Because he hired a private investigator.
Who knew I was so conservative? It's just, I just didn't care. I did not care. It did not seem that big of a deal to me.
Well, but in some cases, it was like movies that were like, American Pie with the guy having sex with a pie in the middle of the kitchen
right.
is like PG. But you show...
It was PG-13. There was no way that was PG.
But then you show a little bit of pubic hair or something, and it's automatically R or not
NC-17.
R, but NC-17. So it was just a little bit crazy. But
yeah, it just is. But you know what? Their decisions that they make are very reflective of America. So
it is.
I don't think that they're...
Yep.
Wrong necessarily. I mean, the way that they're making decisions.
That's true, and I guess the filmmakers are going to be a little more progressive than
exactly
Middle
than
America.
Yeah. So that was way more than a minute. Sorry. Then we saw Late Night Shopping, which was a low budget fiction film, and we saw it at this place called The Living Room in Portland.
I guess that we're going to talk more about the movie experience than the movie itself, because it was an interesting, little indie movie about people who have late night jobs and about friendship and stuff.
Get closer to your microphone.
I can hear me.
Okay. You just seem like you're quiet.
Is your headphones turned down?
No, I am loud in my headphones.
Oh.
Sorry. Movie experience, you were saying?
Totally lost my train of thought.
Yeah. It's this place in downtown Portland. Did you say that already? Where they...
I was talking about the movie.
You go to a movie, you pay a lot of money to go to the movie, and it's a really nice movie theater with big comfy seats, and they come in and get, you order food and everything during the film, and they give it to you. And the portions are eensy-weensy and expensive, and I don't really understand it, but... There you go. We're not going back.
The funny thing is the movies were all out on Netflix before we
DVD.
went there.
So you pay like $9 to go see a movie. Then you pay $15 for 3 bites of food.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, it's a digital projector and it's small and it's cozy and it's kind of neat. And I'd love to go there if it was a movie I really, really wanted to see or couldn't rent right away. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It was kind of neat.
I wasn't that excited about it.
And then we went to The Last King of Scotland. Mm-hmm. And because... I really want my gut predicted that Forrest Whitaker will win the Oscar, and I stand by it because I thought he was
good.
Excellent.
Yeah, he crazy.
He's very crazy. And the movie, if you don't know, is about the Ugandan dictator Idi Amin, who takes over. It's like a military coup, takes over and says he's doing great things for the country, but he has some form of mental syphilis or something.
Yeah, supposedly, according to Wikipedia, which is not the end all and be all, but it said that he had neurosyphilis, so he had syphilis that went to his brain, which happens, I guess. He basically was bipolar. I mean, he appeared quite bipolar.
Yeah,
and it was pretty amazing. And then it's about this young kid who's a doctor who just wants to go have an adventure and ends up becoming the personal doctor for this guy. And oh boy.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's basically part of this administration that ends up committing genocide.
Yeah, but he doesn't really realize what's going on because he's inside this, mansion and parties and it's really interesting.
He gets a clue though. Although let me warn you, it's not super violent. I was expecting a lot more, but
I was expecting genocide.
Yeah, I was too. We don't see it, and that's the whole point.
Right.
Is that you don't see it. But there are at least 2 scenes, one in the autopsy room and one at the very end, that are very, very disturbing to watch. The one at the very end, is coming, so you can cover your eyes. The autopsy one, whoa, you did not know that one was coming. Holy cow. So just know that there are 2 very violent, disturbing scenes in that movie. So, wow, definitely only for adults.
Yeah.
But Forrest Whitaker was amazing in this.
Incredible.
And then we watched a thing on, how we watched CBS Sunday Morning. They did a feature on Forrest Whitaker, and I wanted to smack the reporter so hard because he would, his package that he produced on Forrest Whitaker, he would interrupt, essentially, Forrest Whitaker's quotes. So Forrest Whitaker would get out a phrase, and this guy would pontificate and think that he could say stuff about Forrest Whitaker better than Forrest Whitaker could say about himself. This guy was just high on himself, this reporter. I was so mad watching that show. I might add that Anna is a little hormonal lately as well. So real quickly, side note, one of the side effects of my pregnancy is intolerance. And I used to have a fuse, that was kind of short, and now there is no fuse. I just go at any moment. So it's scary. So, the piece probably wasn't as bad.
All right, so do you want to talk about this Aqua Teen Hunger Force thing, or just ignore it because it was kind of retarded?
It was pretty stupid, and it seems to have blown over.
Of course, we knew what it was.
I know.
But you can kind of see from someone who has no idea what Aqua Teen... If you don't know, in Boston, they put up these little LED lights of the Aqua Teen Hunger Force. They thought it was a bomb, shut down the city. Anchors were like, I can't believe someone would do this. And
how stupid in this day and age. It's like, anyway. I guess you could think it looked like a bomb, but it was a little character flipping you off, and it had a teeny little, electrical box hooked to it, which even if that was a bomb, it would just make like,
I totally want one, though. And they were around
took them down in Portland. Graffiti Abatement took them down, and I'm like, I know that person who runs Graffiti Abatement. I'm calling them.
So anyway, of course, we would know, people of our show would know what it was, so we think it's dumb, but I don't know. Would my grandma know what it was?
Yeah. Oh, no. And most of America, quite frankly, would not. I mean, right. Adult Swim is very kind of alternative programming still, especially that late at night.
Yeah, the reporter's going, Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Right. What really made me mad about the whole thing is that whole day, once they realized what it was, that it was an advert, like a marketing ploy or marketing scheme, they kept calling it a hoax. And I was like, there's no hoax. They didn't put it up to make people think there was a bomb.
Right.
That was just stupid. I was so mad at the media that
day.
They
were hoaxed.
Yeah.
It was their own hoax.
Yeah. And of course, the media, the thing is, when they screw up and they jump on the bandwagon and fear, then they get mad and turn it around and blame. So,
right.
Stupid media. They're part of the problem.
So Anna's, are you up for going off on a tirade here?
Oh, I don't have much of a tirade, but... So I don't know what it is lately, but there are all these female singers who have this happy-go-lucky attitude in these songs, and it's just, I can't stand it. Corinne Bailey Rae drives me bonkers. If you saw her on Saturday Night Live a few months ago, she wouldn't stop smiling. I wanted to smack her. I wanted to go, what's so special about you, Corinne Bailey Rae?
I kind of like that song.
Ugh. And then the one that I really don't like, though, is Regina Spektor. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. When it breaks my heart. Suppose I never met you.
Anna's eyes just rolled back in her head.
I can't stand that song.
I think she's kind of cool, though. They did a profile on
cool.
CBS Sunday Morning
background
about her. She's a Russian immigrant and all this stuff.
But that song drives me batty.
Yeah.
And then...
and if it's any indication, Lily Allen was on Saturday Night Live this week, and Anna just fast-forwarded right through.
I listened to about 15 seconds of it and fast-forwarded through. They all sound the same. All those songs sound the same.
I guess that's just the thing.
Oh, yeah. It's just like, la, la, la. I don't know. I'm way too cynical. Give me a little Alanis Morissette. Lee just was like totally on board with me for 5 minutes until I said that. Now he's like, no, Anna.
No, but you wanted the new Norah Jones. I didn't.
No, I wanted
crap.
to listen to it, and I didn't really like it. So.
I see. I'm done with Norah after her last CD. I didn't enjoy that. Oh, sorry. Oh, and our Easy Being Green tip this week. I just wanted to remind everyone, or ask you if you've changed out one light bulb with a compact fluorescent yet. That was your mission.
We have.
Oh, I know we have.
Oh.
I want to ask.
I thought you were asking me.
I'm asking the listener.
Have you looked around the house lately?
Have you looked around? You can get you can get the natural light ones that don't actually look horrible. So, anyway.
Okay. So it's TV talk, and I feel like I've monopolized the conversation so far. So you're on, buddy. Battlestar Galactica, go! Okay,
so there wasn't a new one because of the Super Bowl.
But there was one before that.
And there was one before that. And my question on the show notes here are, how many times can Baltar die? That was true. He died, I don't know, like 4 or 5 times, 3 times. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that whole thing. It was a great episode because... one, we were going to find out maybe if Baltar was a Cylon, because if he did die, then he would come back on the ship. But instead, he just hallucinated. And then it was also a great opportunity for everyone on Galactica to, reap their vengeance on him for everything that he did when they were down on the planet. And sort of, it was the first time that that we kind of got that look. Was this the same episode where the marriages got back together?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually the promo for that episode made it look like it was all Apollo and Starbuck, and it wasn't at all. That was like mini plot.
Yeah, so they're
like
torturing Baltar, and then he's going to kill himself at the beginning, and I don't know. It was pretty good, and I love that show. He's a very, very bad man. Yeah, I love that show too, and I'm really worried that we got the spoiler, but I'm not sure. Oh. Anyway, so show we are really not loving right now is Studio 60. Written by?
Oh my gosh. Aaron Cliche Sorkin. I can't say that. Aaron Cliche Sorkin. Oh my gosh. We were watching it the other night, and as it started to go into we haven't even watched the second episode. It was a 2-parter.
The Harriet dinner?
Yeah. We haven't watched the second episode because I don't even want to, really. But the first one, when it would start a new storyline, I would say, I bet he's going to go up on the roof and get locked up there. And sure enough, I'm like, what is this, a sitcom? And then, I mean, Matt bets on a date with Harriet. Yeah, bids on a date with Harriet. And he thinks he's betting against her boyfriend. But it turns out, not to be the boy. I mean, everything that happened in that episode was so predictable. It was horrible. And then apparently the second part of it is terrible, too. I was so mad. I was just like...
And it's just not Sorkin-y anymore. It's like, there's no...
Well, except for the walk and talks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that show really is driving me crazy.
But
I don't like it.
You love Heroes.
I hate Heroes. See, do you see the anger, people? I am so sorry. I just feel like a boiling over. But we watched about...
She's my little monster.
I know. I just have no tolerance, and so I just walk away. Like, most of my frustration is actually directed at cashiers and waiters.
Beware.
But television lately, Heroes is going nowhere. Nothing is happening on that show. And so last night I was like, I'm going upstairs. Tell me if anything happens.
Well, Mohinder wasn't on it, so it was good.
Yeah, but all the characters were in the same situation they were when the hour started.
And the exact same scene that they were last week, basically.
Yeah. Oh, that show. I'm not watching it anymore.
I know, if they would actually be superheroes or fly every once in a while or something, but it's all this back drama of character development that I don't care about.
I know,
Give me some character development, in passing, but I don't want that to be the show. That was the problem with Lost the second half of last year. It was all character sort of driven and weird. And
yeah.
Speaking of which, we've got to take a nap because Lost is on at 10
Now I'm
tonight.
all upset over Heroes. Yeah, so the next 16 weeks, I have to stay up until 11 o'clock on Wednesdays. That's going to be really hard,
and
considering
Thursdays,
I went to bed at 7:30 last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk some more? Or do you want to do the Amelie game and take a break for a second?
Yeah, that's fine. We can do the Amelie game.
Hey! Let's play the Amelie game.
What's up, guys? This is Robbie from Clanton, Alabama.
There's Robbie.
Just calling for the Amelie game. My 3 likes would have to be all TV related. Heroes is awesome.
Isn't it, though?
The newest episode was very, once again, made me want to keep watching like Lost used to be before it turned to crap.
Sucker.
Battlestar Galactica is still awesome.
I agree.
But my favorite show has to be The Office.
I agree.
I just can't get enough of it. I can't stop watching old episodes. My dislikes would have to be the Oscars. There are no good movies. And maybe it's just because I like sci-fi and fantasy, and I got spoiled on Lord of the Rings, but I'm very aggravated that all the movies are serious political dramas, and which I guess that's kind of what we're living in right now. But secondly, the crap of service in fast food restaurants. I know that it's a crap job and you don't want to work there, but you do.
It's just the South, by the way, Robbie.
Give us some service.
Only the South.
And pretend like you want to be there. All right.
You've hit a nerve with Anna.
Oh my God, we
Last,
still live in the
American
South.
Idol. I love it. I can't help it. I hate the fact that I love it. But a lot of if you're going to be on there, it's funny that you are a person wanting to be on TV, but it's sad that you want to get on TV the ways you do. And excuse me. And on final note, American Idol watchers, I'm sorry for Alabama. I'm sorry for what you're going to see or what you have already seen. We're not all like that.
No, but a lot of the winners come
there are a lot of people that are that way, so we apologize. Y'all take it easy. Sorry this took so long. Bye.
That's okay, Rob.
That's all right. That's funny. Robbie reminds me of our friend Chris in Tyler, Texas. He reminds me of him. So, Robbie, yeah, fast food in the South. Oh, man. I'm telling you, we experienced that, too. And it's not that way up here in the Northwest. People appreciate having a job a little bit more, I guess. I don't know.
know.
Man.
It was crazy. I mean, there are so many stories that we can tell. Like, there's the Big Mac story where Anna goes and she gets back to
the TV
station, and there's no meat in there, right?
Right.
And so there's like, she opens it up, it's just bread.
There's
like, crap.
Like,
so
oh my gosh.
So she drives back, and she's like, waits. Just to wait, because no one's going to talk
Right, no
to
one's
it.
helping anybody in line.
Right. And then she goes, she's like, look, and they're like, oh, okay. So then they give you another one. Anna, being the idiot she is, just takes their word.
I had been there for half an hour, and I was half an hour for fast food, and I was so mad. So I just grabbed the bag and storm out of there. I get back to the station. There's one patty on my damn Big Mac. I was just like, ah. And that's just one.
Yeah, that's one of the first stories.
The moral is don't eat fast food.
Yeah.
Which is bad anyway, but oh, Robbie, I feel your pain.
I'm pulling for Little Miss Sunshine and The Departed. Two very different movies, but
a little bit.
I thought they were really good movies.
Oh, speaking of Little Miss Sunshine, is it okay if I promote a different podcast?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Terry Gross now has Fresh Air is for free on iTunes, and she has an interview with the two directors and the writer of Little Miss Sunshine, and it was like 3 days ago, so it's still on there, and it's really interesting. I listened to it this afternoon, actually. Yeah. And I really enjoyed it, so...
Also, This American Life is now podcasted as well. So
yes, I listened to part of that too. I was like, oh yeah, NPR, because I never remember, and I never stay up late enough for anything anymore. So
Anna has dreams about celebrities. Well, now that she is great with child, she's been having even more dreams. You just dream all night now. I was sitting at the computer last night, and she's just like, no, I don't want to go. And she's like talking and... Anyway, you've got 3 more celebrity dreams.
Yeah, did I tell the one about how Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie came over to your mom's house? Okay. All right, so I also had a dream that I was driving us into town and I slid off the road with our car because of ice, and Wolf Blitzer stopped, and he had a big white pickup truck, and he was going to pull us out, but he had to do a live shot first.
So nice of Wolf.
Yes.
I imagine he drives a big truck.
Big white truck. I mean, like huge Ford F-350
Does it have
diesel.
Like lightning bolts on the side? Which is
No. It was just clean white. Yeah.
Okay.
Wolf. And then Oh, my Katie Couric dream was really upsetting, though, because the whole thing was I was doing an interview with Katie Couric, and I was supposed to write a story on her, and the interview wasn't going well, and I was really bored. And then she somehow missed her newscast, and so we went outside, and she was mad, and we were in Tampa. And all of a sudden, there was an earthquake, and all the buildings started falling. The tops of the buildings started falling, and we ran for our lives. So that was really terrifying.
And I was inside the building?
Yeah, you were still inside the TV station where we're doing the interview. And so I went running into the TV station for you, but then I woke up. And so that should make you happy.
Yeah, that's great. No, that doesn't make me happy.
And then I dreamed that this is the kind of it's hard to explain, but I dreamed not that I was in a movie, but I was the character. Like the movie was real. The movie The Illusionist. Except it wasn't The Illusionist. I was the Scarlett Johansson character in the Prestige, and Hugh Jackman was in it, but Edward Norton was the character that Christian Bale played.
That's okay, because those movies run together in my mind too. And
I woke up and I was like, wow, they really were similar. But in my mind, I was in The Illusionist.
I forgot the other Amelie game.
Oh, all right.
Mike. But thanks for your dreams, Anna.
Sure.
You're great.
There'll be many more, I'm sure.
Hey, Jason and Anna, this is Mike Dunn calling for the Amelie game. So my 3 likes. I like my new Honda Pilot. I got it last week and tried it out driving back and forth from Connecticut to Vermont this weekend, which goes to my second like. Snowboarding all weekend, great snow with one of my sons, my younger son Ian. Great train parks, great snow, great good time. Pretty cold, but good. Third like, got this series Rome for Christmas, the HBO series, and liked that a lot. It was a combination of good storytelling and some history in there, so it was fun. So my dislikes. Definitely dislike the Jeep Grand Cherokee that I traded in for this Honda Pilot. Had it for under 2 years, and it never worked right. Was in and out of the shop. So, good job, Chrysler. I'm driving actually right now back from Vermont to Connecticut, and definitely don't like drunk drivers. Seeing lots of drunk drivers coming back from the ski resorts up in Vermont.
Oh, no.
Weaving all over. It's real fun dodging them when you're going 80 miles per hour down Route 91.
Jeez.
Third dislike. Let's see, being called oldest of anything, or old, or ancient.
Just like to say that
we could try the word earliest. Earliest fan would be a good thing. Old, let's see, I'm 48, just turned 48 in January. And actually, I don't care. I could care less. I'm age irrelevant. So, given the fact that I just spent the whole weekend snowboarding with my kids.
That's pretty cool.
I just appreciate being mentioned and love the show, so thanks again. Bye.
Thanks, Mike. So if you remember last week, we did birthdays, and I said Mike was our oldest fan.
And he meant that he was the first fan.
Well, one of the earliest fans.
In the fan club.
And
of course, I was like, Jason, that's not what you mean.
And then I went and did a little research. Turns out there are actually 10 superfans older than you, Mike, so feel good about that.
All right, then.
Yeah, speaking of birthdays. Oh,
Let's
and speaking, I had to go back and bleep you. Did you hear that? There's no S word on this show.
That's right.
Happy
Your kids
birthday
wouldn't approve.
to Fred in Maryland.
Anna in Germany.
Daniel,
or maybe Anna.
Anna. Daniel in Oklahoma.
John in Utah.
Rondell in Virginia.
Rebecca in Texas.
Allison in Ontario, Canada.
Carlos in California.
Eric in California.
Fred in New York.
Andreas in New York.
Stefan in Germany.
And Karen in California.
Josh in Indiana.
Brent in Colorado.
And Bob in Massachusetts. Happy birthday, everybody.
Happy birthday. If you would like to have your birthday read on the show, go become a super fan at deltaparkproject.com. If you have any feedback, it's 1-20620-DELTA on the telephone or hangry@gmail.com. That's everything for this week. We will catch you again in 2 weeks.
Or so. Yeah.
Seacrest out. Right?
Yes.
Right, Anna? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Bye-bye.
You've just listened to the Delta Park Project with your hosts, Jason and Anna. Delta Park Project is a pop culture podcast produced each week in Beaverton, Oregon. Be part of the show. Call the voicemail hotline 1-206-20-DELTA or send an email to hangry@gmail.com. To find links for everything mentioned in this show, go to our website at deltaparkproject.com.